Hey guys, so the rabbits are currently in the playpen, but I'm going to be trying and focusing more on filming Cloudy. So it is Cloudy's 3rd birthday, and if you remember a couple months ago I did a birthday video for little Nala and I groomed her, and I didn't really want to do the same video for him since one, he's already groomed, and two, I felt like it was just gonna be boring. So I think in this video you can watch him play and do whatever bunny thing he wants to do. They are currently in the playpen. I did a video of the ferrets playing in this and explained it, so if you want to know that, it will be linked down below. And I thought to tell his story, because his story is an actual pet store rescue, not what most people say a pet store rescue is. I did in fact get him from a pet store, but they did not make profit, so I'm going to explain his story in this video and you can enjoy them playing around. They might just sit there and sleep, or they might explore. As you can see, Cloudy is just wanting to chew everything, so you can enjoy him while So if you watch Nala's video, I also went through her story and I talked a bit about her personality, so I'm going to do the same, but this time you get to watch them play and do their thing. They might just sit here, I'm not sure. So Nala and Cloudy are biologically related, same parents. The only difference is Cloudy was a litter after, so he is 2 months behind. So how I got him was I had Nala. Nala was at this point 4 months old, and I was really sad because it was around the time that Gigi had just passed, and Nala was kind of feeling the effects because she just bonded to Gigi. So I was kind of sad, but I didn't really want to get another rabbit right now. So time went on and we had gone to the pet store that I got Nala from. Now Nala was not a rescue. I sadly did support this pet store. You can watch that whole thing in Nala's birthday video. But we had just gone to this pet store to get supplies, because this is the pet store we most often got our whole prey from. And also they have like really cool like birds and stuff there. So we went there, wasn't really expecting anything. And I had turned the corner and I had seen this little boy in the exact same cage that we found Nala. It was the exact same location. And straight away I knew he wasn't well. I knew he was sick. Now I have done a lot of rescues. I have helped this pet store out so many times. And the lady who works there and who we are quite familiar with, she knows that like we're not fooling around. Like I've told her rabbit is sick, and there was this one time where there was a black Havana that was sick, and I told her what they had to do. They took her to the back, and by the time we had finished shopping, it was like 10 minutes, the rabbit had passed. So like she knew that when we said a rabbit was sick, like she knew we're not like fooling around. Anyways, I saw him. He was kind of lifeless in the cage, and straight away I knew he was sick. And this is something that I don't recommend everyone to do, but my mum did end up opening the cage and I did grab him out. He didn't even flinch, and he was quite weak. He was extremely matted, like his fur, so they clearly weren't keeping up with the grooming side of things. He had fleas. He was just in really bad conditions, and I had checked his cage. I gave him to my mum. I checked his cage and there was absolutely no droppings or no pee to be seen. He still had veggies there and all the food there. So this rabbit was in high stages of stasis. Like, I just knew it. And you may be like, what if they just cleaned it? This was late afternoon we saw him, so like we knew he was sick. And I was talking to my mum. My mum was like, I don't want to leave him here, like I want to help him. And I did too, but I did not want to do what I did with Nala and support that store, especially finding out they did get them from Mills. So I was like, I'm not supporting the store again. I'm sorry, like I'm just not gonna do that. So my mum was like, well, let's go talk to her. So we waited until she wasn't serving customers, and we said, hey, the rabbit's really sick, like, he's not gonna make it through the night, like, he was that bad. And then she was like, oh, I didn't know, like, he was perfectly fine yesterday when I shut up shop, like, I don't understand. And I explained, like, he's in high stages of stasis, he has no droppings, he hasn't ate. She was like, oh, I've just been so busy, I didn't have time to really check on him or do anything. And then she was like, what can I do? And then I was like, I can help him, I can take him home and get him medicated, but I do not want to pay full price, because here in Australia at least, Jersey Woolies are more of a luxurious breed. They are not a cheap rabbit breed, although breeds doesn't matter about the price, but these guys were costly. So my mum was like, would you be willing to like drop the price a lot and we take him home and see if we can bring him back? So we ended up paying 10% of what he originally cost. So we paid a very small amount of his original price. Therefore, the mill did not make profit out of him and couldn't just replace him. If you don't understand what I'm talking about, I'll also leave my pet mill video down below and explains how mills and stuff work. So therefore, they didn't get the funds from him, and therefore I did not support it. So we took little Cloudy home, and as soon as I got home, I had got in critical care. So I make my own critical care. I have a video, so I'll also link that down below. There's going to be many links. I had made my critical care. It had apple cider for gas relief. It had pineapple juice for blockages, just in case he had a blockage, because according to his coat at that time, he hadn't been brushed, so I say he could have ingested quite a bit of hair. It had lots of hay and just like all the vitamins he needed, and I just dosed him up. I force fed him. I also did a single dose of pineapple, and we was treating him like every hour. I was dosing him up on pineapple juice. I was giving him critical care just to get him like stable, and it was quite a couple hours. And normally pineapple juice, for me personally and every rabbit I've saved, as soon as you give them pineapple juice, especially Nala, they will bounce back within the hour. And it became like 4 hours and he like didn't really improve at all. And I was doing everything, but I literally didn't think he was going to make it, because there was no signs of improvement. There was still no droppings even after all the food. So I stayed up as late as I could that night, still medicating and keeping an eye on him. And then I went to sleep, and I was honestly expecting the worst. In the morning, I was like, I doubt this rabbit is going to pull through. But in the morning, I woke up and he was better. He was a lot more energized. He actually took food by himself, and there was droppings in the cage, meaning his stomach was moving again. So that was great. After he got better, I still gave him the pineapple juice and medicated him just for a little bit longer to ensure like any blockages can get removed, and any gas he might have still a little bit had can get removed. But by the end of day 2, he was perfectly fine, and that's when I focused on his coat. So I pretty much cut his coat really short to get all the mats out, and I treated him for fleas, and it turned out he also had mites. So I treated him for that, because if you don't treat fleas and mites, your animal can become anemic, because they're obviously feeding off their blood. So I treated him for that, and he was getting stronger, and he became so much better, and he looked better, and yeah, everything was great. I then introduced him to Nala after like he fully recovered, and they pretty much bonded straight away. Like Nala was so accepting, I think because they knew they were related. And at this point, Nala was only 4 months, so she was not spayed yet. But here's a little thing. I always thought Cloudy was a girl. I could have sworn he was a girl, so that is why I bonded them. I was not trying to breed them. Luckily, nothing happened. But yes, I kept him. And then 6 months hit for Nala. I got her spayed. And then 2 months later, obviously, he hit 6 months of age. And that is when I desex my animals. It's the recommended age you do it for rabbits. And I booked him in, dropped him off, did everything. And not even like 20 minutes later of dropping him off, we got a call from the vet, and the vet was like, Cloudy's a boy, he's not even a girl. So yeah, I misgendered Cloudy, but we love him. Luckily no litters happened. And now it's been 3 years and he's the biggest, most healthiest boy in the world. Hey Cloudy boy. And as you can see, he's been binking throughout this video. He's a very happy, healthy boy. And Nala and Cloudy are inseparable. They love each other so much. Don't you, Nala? Nala's just a dirty girl. Look at her. She has all like greens on her face. She always has things stuck to her. But yes, that was Cloudy's story. Now I'm going to talk a bit about Cloudy himself. So if you watch Nala's video, I was saying how she's very outgoing, even from day one in the pet store. Like, she craved attention. She's always the first one to run up to people. She's always nudging for attention. Like, she has to be center of attention. Whereas Cloudy Boy, he's a little bit more on the shy side. I mean, he won't come running up to you straight away. I mean, we have a bond, but he's just not that confident. Even when I let them out to like free roam the house, he's always the last one to come out, and it takes him a little bit to warm up. He's a little bit skittish. I mean, he has trust in me enough that I can do grooming and stuff, but like, I could never freely like go up to him and pat him. Like, I have to kind of earn his trust and for him to feel comfortable to come over. But he's a very good boy. He is amazing when it comes to grooming. He is a very playful boy, as you can see. He likes binking. He likes my bed. This is like his favorite place to do binkies, is on my bed. Every time he's on my bed, he goes absolutely bonkers. So he's just a very happy, shy boy, but I love him. Like, how can you not love that face? Now, since it was Cloudy's birthday and Nala's birthday wasn't that long ago, I thought I would go ahead and make them some cookies. They are not the prettiest, but that doesn't matter because they're just going to get destroyed anyway. I did a recipe on this a while back, so I'll link that down below if you want to learn how to make these. But they are basically just banana and honey cookies with pellets and stuff in it, so let's give it to them. Cloudy. Nala.